What is going on, everybody? We're playing a game of Warhammer Tag with TheWeatherPig Wargaming on YouTube. He tagged me to answer some questions, and then I'm going to tag two channels, and hopefully they'll do the same. And this is a fun thing he started to, I guess, get to know us better, or share maybe some more details with our subscribers than we normally would. Looks like my little tripod has dropped a bit, and now the top of my head is being cut off. But that's okay. We'll try to fix that. As you know, here on Redbeard Boss, we don't do much editing. And by that, I mean none. So we got a whole list of questions here. Some of these probably not go in as much detail as I would, because they will be here all day. So, number one, this is Warhammer Tag from the Weatherpig Wargaming. Question number one: what work are you most proud of, and to show everybody? Now, I have a few things I'm very proud of. I think the best, I'm actually pretty proud anytime I create art, not because I think it's the best, but I'm proud of myself for doing it, because I always feel like I'm achieving something that I've always wanted to do in life. So it's important to me. Every single piece I work on I'm proud of in some way, although some I hate. Like it's just not coming out the way you want. And not like I hate it, like I just don't want to look at it. It's just, becomes a struggle and you give up on it. Like maybe the highlights, or you can't really make out the details on some of these like Reaper Bones models or whatever you're working on. So hopefully in the future, these two little T-Rexes, which I'm working on, they're coming out pretty good. Maybe they'll be my my new favorite models, or most proud. I just suggest you go check out my Instagram. I put up pictures of all my models. I'm trying to kind of put up some of my older ones now and get pictures of newer ones I'm working on. So we're going to be working a lot on Instagram. It's Sleepwalk Air. Sleepwalk, like SleepWalkair, like Sleepwalk Air _brush. So Sleepwalker brush, but it's spelled Sleepwalk Air brush. So check me out over there. I'll put a link below. Modeling, painting, or playing in my favorite order, or what brings me to the hobby. By far, it is painting. Bar none of the other aspects. I would gladly trade them all for just the painting. So for me, it would go painting and then socializing, because I don't go out to bars or anything anymore and really do anything that's anything. Most of my socializing is through the hobby in some way. So it would be painting, socializing around the hobby, playing. Very, very low in the bottom would be modeling, especially when you're just building a kit as is for painting purposes, cleaning mold lines and all that, filling gaps. I'm really not a fan of that at all. But if you're doing a conversion or something, that could be fun, or making a cool base. Funny moment in wargaming. I think anybody that's been around it a while knows that there's a lot of funny moments, but I feel like it's kind of like stand-up comedy. If you watch it on TV or on your computer a couple times, you'll like memorize the routine. But if you go see a live comic or a stand-up show live, you'll laugh the whole time and forget every single joke. So I don't know if I have a great funny moment. There is a historical wargamer in the store who, when he says the number 36, it sounds like dirty sex. I kind of like that. He's a Scottish guy. Like, it's kind of funny. 36. There was, back in, I don't know what edition it was, but of Blood Bowl, there used to be a guy that was miserable to play against. And every single time he would go for an extra square, which they call going for it or pushing. In Blood Bowl, you can do that twice per guy, per team member. So you can do it a lot, right, per turn. basically like 20 times really if you went for it over and over again. And it's anything but a 1. It's a 2+. So you go, you say I move 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, push, 2+, push, 2+. If you have sprint, you can push a third time. Now he would go every single time. He'd pick up the dice and go speed racer, go speed racer, go speed racer, go. And then roll it. This is just to move 1 extra square in Blood Bowl, right? But like I said, some players on your team are going to do this twice in their move. Some are going to do it 3 times if they have sprint. A lot of them might do it once or twice. So it becomes very, very irritating listening to this guy go speed racer, go speed racer, go. And he's singing this whole song multiple times per little movement. And he was in a close game with my buddy who was playing Wood Elves at the time. And he threw a pass and the Wood Elves intercepted it, and my buddy jumps up on the table and he does this like dance like this, and he's like, interception, oh interception, but like really loud right in the guy's face. And he got so mad he stormed out of the store, and I think I died laughing that day. I don't know if it's late here, so I'm not as energetic as I probably could have described that, but I love that irritable, terrible person got intercepted in Blood Bowl and basically rage quit. So that's my favorite thing ever. I also love when people get really mad about 40k cheaters on the internet. They get so mad. Oh, we didn't pay for that flamethrower. Like it's some game-changing thing in a game of infinite results because of the number of dice rolls involved. But that really cracks me up. The number 4 is the paint pile to-do list. I just have real brief notes. I didn't write out the exact question. But it was something like trying to shame me into my paint pile. And if maybe I can show you. There's probably going to be a big glare. Let's turn off the light real quick. Now let's see if I can show you. So over there, you can see all those boxes up there. There's like big totes, a whole shelf. That's basically just all Warhammer stuff. A lot of it being things that I was going to work on or plan on actually working on. Some I lost steam on, some I've just collected. I own like a lot of armies. So if you want to bring me great shame, Weatherpig, I'm going to rattle those off for you. So Adeptus Mechanicus fully painted. From then on, nothing's fully painted. And even then I have a few units I want to add. But Adeptus Mechanicus, Death Watch, Imperial Knights, Imperial Guard, Thousand Suns, Eldar, Tyranids, Chaos Demons, enough for any of the 4 gods to be a full army. I sold the Blood Angels, so I think that's it for 40k. And then Fantasy, I sold my Empire. I got Disciples of Tzeentch, Chaos Mortals, any of the 4 gods and demons, Khorne Bloodbound, any Skaven clan, Molder, Skyer, Pestilence, Verminous, Eshin. I can do 2,000 points of all 5 Skaven clans, just as one clan. I'm selling a lot of those off, though. Nurgle, the Mortal Nurgle, like the Blight King army with the Puscoils and stuff. I got them. I got Stormcast. That might be it. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyway, it's a lot. A lot of it needs to be painted. But because I'm doing painting, and a lot of it is for trying to get better at painting or improve painting, and I'm trying to sell painted miniatures and things, I buy a lot of these things like WizKids models. So I spend a lot of time painting these, and I sell them on eBay. So it's a cool, gratifying way to make a little extra hobby money, and it's fun. I also buy and sell armies all the time. or I'll buy an army, pick out like half of it that I want, and then sell the extra because I might already have that. You know, you don't need like 200 of something. But so I have quite the paint pile. Starting out in the hobby, what edition and what models? A lot of this, some of these questions I'm going to answer in this video that I think I'm going to title something about my life in Warhammer, something like that, and do kind of a biography video. A lot of people probably don't watch the whole videos when they're that long, but I don't care. So, you know, I think it'd be fun. Some people might be interested. But in the hobby, it was 2nd edition Warhammer 40k. So that was Orcs and Space Marines in the box. And it was Bretonnians and Lizardmen in the Warhammer set. Or possibly, maybe just after High Elves and Goblins were in the starter set. I don't know what edition that was, 2nd or 3rd. Maybe 1st, I'm not even sure. So I played Eldar in 2nd edition. They used to do Youngbloods at the shop. I would go in on Saturday. I'd upgrade all my Eldar Guardians with Power Fists and take all the special characters, the Avatar, Eldrad, Karandras, just because I wanted to play games with people who were older than me, and that was the only way I could have enough points. Basically, I had to upgrade everything. And back then, you could put Power Fists and stuff on your Guardians, so that's kind of exciting. But I basically had like maybe 3 or 5 of every aspect warrior, probably 4 to 6 of every aspect warrior. They came in little blister packs of 2 back then, and they were metal. I still have a lot of them. I ended up selling almost all of them except the Swooping Hawks, but I do have a massive Eldar army that I plan on doing, and I think I have at least 1 box of all the aspect warriors again, of the fine cast ones. So, fantasy, I started with High Elves. I got some deals off people with the generic like spearmen and archers, and once again I was really young, like 13, maybe 12, and you know, I'd play with Tyrion and Teclis, you know, and a high elf hero on a cockatrice, and then like spearmen, swordmen, swordmasters, white lions, and archers and bolt throwers. And then that basically, I owned like 2 Harlequin models. I showed you one before. Let me see if I can grab them without knocking over something. So this is one of my original models I owned. It's a Harlequin. I had at least 1 or 2 packs of these, and I loved them. And they were little toys to me, and they would play with, because of their size, they could go into Legos, you know, and like the creepy crawlers, and maybe not micro machines and stuff, but you know, whatever small size like that, army men. And I ended up going over to this game store called Waterloo Games, and that's when I saw a whole wall of these models and people playing with them. And I think I got mine originally from like Hobby Bench or somewhere that sold them. And then I see all these people playing with them, and I didn't know what it was, and I just fell in love. And so on and so forth. Then I got in, you know, in my 20s, like most people, I got into partying and school and whatever. And then later on, and about the age of 28, 29 maybe, 28 I think, when I got back into the hobby. If I had $1 million, this is a question I didn't really get. If I had $1 million, what model would I buy? And it could be a Forge World. I'm not sure if I have to spend $1 million. I have to buy the same model as many times as I have $1 million. But 100%, I would buy something that is pretty common, like a Wave Serpent, or I don't know, maybe a Wave Serpent, maybe Space Marines, whatever it is, right? I would buy that. If I have to buy one model, then I would just pick something, buy it with my $1 million, sell it, hopefully for 50% or 60% of what I bought it for, take my $600,000, put it in the stock market, and live off like $3,000 or $4,000 a month in dividends. And then I'll buy whatever the hell I want, right? And not have to go to like a clock in, clock out sort of job. So that would be my plan with $1 million if I had to first spend that $1 million on the hobby. Any models? Number 7 is up. What models would I like to see updated? I would love to see new Demonettes of Slaanesh. That's clearly not happening. My favorite ones are the Big Claw Demonettes from the metal. Not the Juan Diaz ones that everybody thinks are so special. I like the Big Claw ones because I think they look more ferocious. They're like weird things and they have giant crab claws. And pretty much I think the current plastic Demonettes are maybe the worst ones. And like they're just not, I don't know, they don't look as good as the Plague Bearers or the Pink Horrors or the Bloodletters at all. Like they're far below them. But I'll end up probably having a lot of them in my Slaanesh army because I love Slaanesh. That's my first Chaos God love, so I'm very excited to see what's coming out for them. That new Harp player is amazing. Also, I think the Eldar range should be updated. Like people talk about these like little things here and there. Eldar and Necrons are like, I mean, the Guardians are held up. The Guardians were new when I was little. Like, well, I started when they had lasguns, but they came out new and they're back then and they still look cool, but all the aspect warriors, all their special characters freaking need an upgrade, like Eldred. Number 8, why do I hobby? I don't know. It's, I think, the perfect combination for me with art and being social and something about playing with little miniatures. I don't know. It's like, it goes back to your childhood. You got imagination, creativity, strategy, math, reading comprehension. It's a pretty all-encompassing hobby, and the painting, of course, is my favorite part. So I really, really paint more miniatures than I ever could sit down and work on painting canvases. Maybe in the future I'll work on those again, but right now I'm definitely happy just working on miniatures. What do I want in the future of the hobby? I would like that the artistic side of the hobby gets a little more like respect. I hate these events and tournaments saying you can just buy your way into winning best painted and stuff. But you've heard me rant about that before. My favorite thing is like talking about painting models with people. I think that's like the ultimate fun, way more than strategy of buying Forge World units that are undercosted at the time they come out and trying to win games. Color theory, I'm super happy to talk about. Very exciting. I like that a lot. The future of the hobby, I don't know. I hope they don't go away from the artistic aspect of it into a future of possibly 3D printing or maybe AR, VR, certain things that would just basically take out the artistic quality and mass produce. If they're turning it into an e-sport and it becomes trash, or a T-sport, I heard the Honest Wargamer call, which is kind of funny. Tabletop sport. And number 10 is who am I? Why should you subscribe? I am Jeff. My name's Jeff. The Red Beard Boss. That's just a name I had basically asked a bunch of people when I lived in Vegas what my YouTube channel name should be, and somebody gave me that idea, and that's what I went with. And I just kept it because I already had the email, right? So it's fine. And I also like having a beard. It's also longer than it usually is, but it's cool. I do a lot of hobby rants, a lot of hobby videos, a lot of color theory, art talk, art videos. That's what's deep in my passion. I also talk about the games. I'm not really like a news channel or anything, so if I talk about any upcoming stuff, it's because I have an opinion on it. I'm not just telling you what's coming out, but I don't know. If you like it, I think you should subscribe. I try to make it long enough that you could turn it on and maybe put some Agrax Earthshade on 5 models and then maybe switch to find another video. Hopefully it's somewhat interesting. In the future, I would like to do painting videos. That's my ultimate thing I think I want to do. But right now I'm manufacturing paintbrushes and trying to sell painted models and doing commission painting. So I just have not done the painting videos yet because I'm trying not to make YouTube like my full-time day-to-day grind. I don't want to grind anymore. I want to hang out, paint, talk art. So hopefully you subscribe. I'm going to tag 2 channels. The first I'm going to tag is What's New with Mike and Jeff. They are, it's not this Jeff, it's another Jeff. I'm Little Jeff, he's Big Jeff, if you're local to the game store. Basically, when I was like 12, he was an adult, so he was big and I was little. So I'm Little Jeff, he's Big Jeff. And now we're back at the same game store. But they do a product show, they're doing hobby videos, they're better production value, kind of like a vlog or podcast, basically a podcast. So that is What's New with Mike and Jeff. Hopefully they'll answer these questions. I'll copy and paste the Weatherpig's description into my description so they can easily see it. And I'll copy the Weatherpig Wargaming as well. The other one I want to nominate is the Warhammer 40K couple. They are WH40K couple or WH40K couple show, Warhammer 40K couple show. I believe their name's Ethan and Amanda. I met them at Adepticon last year. They do a news show, but it's like, I don't know, super positive. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of like news, like, you know, that stuff you saw on the website. Well, here it is again. But they do like a lot more community stuff. You can tell they're definitely trying to take just the hobby of Warhammer and expand it into like helping children or, you know, something a little more than winning, you know, 4 games in a row or whatever. So I do like that. I like their support of the community by like pretty much always sharing. And like if I ever send them something, they'll share it. So that's super nice of them. So I think they would be very happy to do this, and I think they would have some funny answers. And also back to the What's New with Mike and Jeff, they're like veterans of the hobby, so they would probably have an interesting take for some of you young whippersnappers. And just right before my video ends, the all-time best YouTube channel on the internet is Draw, Mix, Paint. Now, I cannot confirm that this is the best channel on YouTube, but if you're into art, into painting, this channel, it's about oil painting. The guy is Mark Carter. He did the presidential portrait for George W. Bush, so his painting's hanging in the White House. So that's a big, big deal. I assume all the president's paintings still hang in the White House. I don't know if the new president's take them down, but he is a master, and he is giving you the most amazing art education for free on YouTube. And all he asks in return is that if you like his art supplies, you pick them up. But this is, I've been to school, you know, college and art classes and stuff. Nothing is better than this guy. Draw, mix, paint. Just listen to him talk. Color theory, color mixing, painting. It will set your mind right into the artistic mindset that you need. I love it. It blows my mind that YouTube provides a platform for people to give out that kind of knowledge for free. I mean, I imagine his private classes are very, very expensive. So the fact that you can get it for free on YouTube, I think you are doing yourself a disservice if you're into painting by not subscribing and watching those videos, because it is phenomenal. And that's about it. Hopefully you like this. Hopefully you subscribe. And go check out the Weatherpig Wargaming. Thank you so much for the tag. I'll see you guys all at the LVO. Holla!